Hey, good afternoon. It's Jet Rod here. Caleb Cannon, we got your custom Jet Rod sweater in, as requested, with the picture on the back, the thumbnail. It should be pretty comfy. We're going to switch to towels, rotation style. We're just going to rotate. Haven't really used one on the bottom, so why not? Switch them out. I'll tell you what. Studies show that the sound of a crying baby will increase your testosterone. I believe that's what the studies show. It's true. It's got to be true. Because once you get to the crying out phase with these babies, the sound of them just crying and crying and crying for up to about 10 minutes at a time. Thank God you don't progressive overload on the crying it out. Because if they cry for 10 minutes, you got to kind of pick them up. That's just too much. You don't want them to have abandonment issues. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Any of you moms out there watching, sorry, please don't shoot me. Any of you stay-at-home dads, yeah, I think this does raise your testosterone levels. So, anyway, as I'm sure you've noticed, I've got a bit of a midsection. I've got a little bit of a belly going and some love handles. The last year or so, I've done a pretty steady bulk. Okay? It got a little out of hand at Thanksgiving. I was doing pretty good up till Thanksgiving. It's a freaking great cup of Joe. Maxwell House, good to the last drop. Anyway, so the good news is the pros of the long-term bulk are muscle growth. I'm going to take my measurements just after the new year. Take my body measurements. I've got them written down somewhere. I probably should have got them out for this. I can't remember what they were, but 18-inch arms, I think is what I remember being one of them. 18 inches. I think my left arm was, one arm was 17 3/4, and the other was like 18 3/8 or something like that. If you don't know, I don't know what that is in non-freedom units, but that's what it was. Those were the facts. Them's was the numbers, Joe. So that's the good news. Is the muscle growth is amazing when you're bulking, long term. But the gaining of the fat is not so great. I don't like the way it looks, but I don't have such a bad body dysmorphia that I'm trying to wear something super loose. I don't care if you guys see that I have some handles and a little belly. It's part of it. It's part of it. I'm not some IFBB pro. I'm just a regular average Joe lifting weights because I want to get big and strong and live for a long time. So, that being said, what we talked about with the Vince Gironda's 8x8 being a recomp with the diet, with the steak and eggs diet, being a recomp where you're maintaining your muscle and maybe even growing some muscle, probably not very much, but you are losing a lot of fat. Hey, you guys, take it easy. Keep it down. Yeah, good boy. Fellow beasts are yelling. They're good boys. Anyway, I'm going to recomp starting after the new year. I'll take my measurements. I'm going to do the whole, I could go get a free scan, but I like to take the tape. I like to get really pumped up, get a super pump going, do just a pump day where I just pump everything up and take a measurement as soon as I'm done. Get my wife to do the measurements so she knows she's married to a bulbous, just beast, in a good way. Le bête. So after the first of the year, I'm going to recomp, meaning that I'm going to remove the fat, maintain, and possibly gain some muscle. But we're mainly going for fat loss without muscle loss. So you can go into a fat loss diet, especially one that maybe is sort of more or less intense, a more intense one that's in less than 6 months you're trying to really cut down to something naturally, not using special sport supplements, then you can lose a lot of muscle that way because that's just the way it works. I'm not going to go into the science of it. And quite honestly, I'd probably say something wrong. I'd probably say something that's not 100% correct, and I do want to try to be 100% factual with you guys. If I'm wrong about something, then call me out. That's fine. We can, like we said before, it's okay to admit you're wrong and apologize and learn from your mistakes. But you should also remain confident. You should have enough confidence in yourself that you're not, every time someone says something different, that you're saying, oh, okay, well, I was wrong. Because once again, if you don't stick to something and try it out, you'll never know if it really works. Okay? So let's remain static in this new year, not resolution. This new year revolution? New year revelation with Jet Rod? Stay tuned and like and subscribe. And we're gonna be here doing this. So cheers, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you got going on. Have a great time. I'll talk to you later.